Hello everybody, Shannon Bankford in Portland, Oregon with Hobbit Music Studio Online. Today I'm doing a makeup lesson for one of my students out here in Portland, and it's getting kind of close to Halloween, so I am going to do a tutorial on how to play along to the song Monster Mash in the key of G. Alright, so there are 3 different chord progressions. We're all very, very similar. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so in the key of G, we have F sharps, okay? Alright, and the only chord that we're going to see that has an F sharp in it is our D chord, or D7 as they play it. And a lot of students, they know how to do these shapes right here. Probably because they've done lesson books where they have 1 4 chord, 1 5 7 1. So if you're familiar with those shapes, we're going to be using them in this song. Root position G chord is G B D. Alright, our C chord is going to be G C E right here. It's an inversion. That's the 4 chord. And then back to G. And then the D7 is always going to be this shape right here where we go F sharp on the bottom, a C, and a D. Okay? Alright, that chord there. And then on the verses there's an A minor. And for that we'll just step up and hit it like this. A, C, E. Like that. Alright, and then the other one is an E minor. And it's very, very similar to G. So if you play your G chord, G, B, D, you can get the E minor by only changing this top note here from D to E. So watch this. So that's our E minor right there. So you can go from G like this with 1, 2, and 4 to E minor by going like this. Okay, so that's kind of just an overview of all the chords. Let me show you them before we do any sort of groove. All right. So the first chord, and it starts with the verses. All right. The G chord is G, B, D. He did them, I was creeping down the hall late last night, and then the E minor, all you have to do is just, and if you use 1, 2, 4 here, 1, 2, 4, you can get the E minor, you can save your pinky here for this E right here, and then E minor is 1, 2, 5 right here, 1, 2, 5. Alright, and then to get to A minor, you just slide your thumb up. It's a normal A minor, A, C, E, right here, A, C, E. Alright, and then you got to step down one. Slide your thumb into the F sharp. That's probably the trickiest move to get the D7. Your F sharp, C, D. Alright, so again, that loop, probably the key is, if you're a beginner, is to start with 1, 2, 4. I'm going to write that down here. The fingerings are 1, 2, 4 on this chord. Not 1, 3, 5. 1, 2, 4. Alright? So you get a measure of that. Then you switch to your pinky, 1, 2, 5. Okay, that's your E minor. Then you move up to A, C, E, 1, 3, 5. Like that. Alright, and then we shift down a step, and then our thumb has to slide into the F sharp. And you get 1, 4, 5 for the D7. 1, 4, 5. Alright, I'm kind of getting in the way of my repeat sign here. I'll smooth this over. 1, 4, 5. Okay, those are all the fingerings. Alright, so the verses, and our left hand is just going to hit the root. So we'll come way down here, alright, on a G. Scraping through the hall, we'll probably hit 2 of these per measure, and E. And then our A is going to be here, and then our D will be down here. So G, E, A, D. And I want to sort of get us getting used to being in this position with our thumb on G. So for our bass clef, we're going to have 1 on G. Alright, that'll put 3 on E. We'll move our 1 up to A for the verse, and then we'll have 4 down here on D. Alright, so that's sort of your left hand notes kind of going underneath these chords here. Alright, so for beginners, you don't even have to use inversions. You can just go G, step down to E minor, slide up to A minor, slide down to D. You don't even have to play the 7th, you can play D. So it could be something like this. I was creeping through the room late one night when I saw something of a crazy fright. And then I ran down the hall to see a ghoul. I don't know the words. Alright? But this is the loop on the verse. G to E minor to A minor to D. Okay, for the verses. All right. Now when he does the actual Monster Mash part, we change to a C chord here. That's the only difference. So he did the mash, G. He did the Monster Mash, E minor. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. There's your C chord. The Monster Mash. He did the mash. Okay, now those are not the inversions I wrote down here. So that the beginner level is just to play all these in root position. Alright, or your A minors here. That's fine. You can play the song like that. And you can play whatever groove you want. You can play along to the whole song like that. The next level up is to try these inversions, alright? And these fingerings with the 1, 2, 4, the 1, 2, 5. We went over this. So I was creeping through the hall one late last night. And our groove is just left, right, left, right. Alright, 4 beats of each. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's E minor. Here's A. Move your thumb up. Right here. And then D7. Alright, so this is the verse. G, E minor, A, and D7. Okay? Here's the chorus. He did the mash. He did the Monster Mash. Here's the E minor inversion. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. Here's the C inversion with G, C, and E. And that one is 1, 3, 5. Okay? Alright. He did the mash. And then the D7 again. You slide down. Mash. He did the Monster Mash. The chorus again. He did the mash. He did the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. He did the Monster Mash. Alright, so just copy. Alright, I'll loop it quite a bit here at the end just so you can get used to it. Alright, I'll do a verse and a chorus. I'll make up the words. Alright, and also, you can play these roots down here, but you can also toggle between root and fifth. If you're more advanced, you can alternate between the root and fifth of the chord by doing this. Alright, you just put your thumb on the root. There's a C down to G. It's always 1 and 4. And then D would be 1 and 5. Alright, if you're on the verse, G down to D. And then E down to B. Alright, and then A down to E. And then a D down to A. And, all right, and that's really the bass line that's in the song. It's just alternating between root and fifth on each chord. Alright, so if you want to do a more advanced left hand, instead of just playing the root twice, you can alternate between the root and fifth. You have to be in this position, though. The root has to be your thumb, okay? Alright, so that would sound like this. I was creeping down the room late one night, and down to E, when I heard an eerie sound or something, and then A, and I was crawling around, and ooh, this is so scary. Then the chorus. He did the mash. He did the Monster Mash. Here's E. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. C. The Monster Mash. And then the D7. Alright, so with this groove, I'm just playing it like the drum beat. E. And then a C. And D7. That's the chorus. Alright, so and again, this can be simplified to just the root and the chord, and even in root position. You don't have to do inversions. Okay? Alright, so getting even more advanced, if you made it this far, to get a little bit more of the flavor of the way I guess the song goes. Roots and fifths in the left hand, and then it'd be this sort of this rhythm. So once you get used to these shapes, you can actually try this rhythm. It's 1, 1, 1, Okay, so all right, so this is sort of the final thing, and you can speed up or slow this down if you need to get the total groove for Monster Mash. Roots and fifths with the fancy rhythm, and it even does something like this. I think on the first chord, so we can throw that in there. If you're on your G chord, it kind of pivots between this D and the E here. That's kind of cool. And then the A minor would be here, A, C, E, and the D. Alright, it all happens after the beat, so you get the left hand hits, and then the root E, there's your A, and your D7. And if you put the alternating pattern here. D7. He did the mash, the monster mash. He did the mash, the monster mash. There's a verse, minor, and D. Walk down. Alright, something like that. There's only one other section if you made it this far, and just sort of watching the different ways you can play through these chords. There is a bridge section, which is very much like these. It just goes back and forth between C major and D major. So there's just a part where it goes, and you can use root position on those. A C and a D. And this is sort of where like they're going wah-oo over and over, I guess. Wah-oo, wah-wah-oo. I think it does it twice. Wah-oo, wah-wah-oo. And it really sounds like he's just singing a verse, but instead of playing these four chords for the verse, he just goes back and forth between C and D twice. Alright, and after that, I think it jumps into another chorus or verse, one of these two progressions. So if we print out the words and sort of label the verse and chorus, which is what we'll do if you're learning to play along with this, we'll put the words in front of us, and we'll label, you know, the sections like this. Alright, so if you're watching this, just get used to these fingerings. Try the inversions, you know, and then just start with a left and right pattern, back and forth. And then, you know, if you can, add in the roots and fifths on the left hand. And then try the fancy rhythm. Alright, good luck with the Monster Mash. Thanks.